recording. Okay, we are live with the finale of the Mountain Peaks miniseries in Game Nights New Champions series. It's been a little while for us in the Peaks series, though the Game Nights series has been going on, but it's good to be back with everybody. Tonight at the table we have Wild Thing, Little Rocket, a new character actually that the champions haven't met yet, but will be introduced in this episode. Nemesis, Ghost, and the Rune Force's sidekick Phaser, who flies the Explorer plane for everybody that cannot fly at supersonic space speeds like Ghost can. In support tonight, we have Amaraka playing all of the non-player characters. Well, of course, Phaser. I'm going to play Phaser, but Amaraka is going to be playing support. And this is the finale. So just for those that have not watched up to this point, the new champions had been tasked by Sean Rogers, who is the last Silver Avenger remaining after the vanishing occurred and the Destroyer took over. The new champions had been tasked by Sean Rogers and, of course, Socrates in trying to find and place expansion tokens or nodes of the DarkR Web all over the North American continent, so that the new champions can communicate encrypted or protected in a larger swath of areas. So this whole time that the new champions have been operating, they have been using these tokens to securely communicate within Millennium City. But once you got pretty much any distance out of Millennium City, you had to be careful because the communications could be traced, and that's Destroyer would just hunt people down and kill them or vanish them. Well, the team had found the 4 sites that were noted by Socrates, and at the very first site that they went to, there were odd things happening, and they obviously overcame the odd things. I think it was ice minions that were in California Mountain Peak. They defeated the ice minions, and placed the DarkR Web token on the radio tower there. And then at another one, who did they interact with? Was it actually the 5 sisters, the witches, at another one in Mexico, or another one in North America. And they found out really from the 5 sisters that they had been trying to get their parents back. The 5 sisters, these witches, young witches, their parents got vanished. And they had been trying to go to these same high spaces, high points, high mountain peaks, and doing rituals or whatever they could to bring their parents back. Well, they're uneducated and inexperienced, and they've been, wreaking havoc on the world, not getting their parents back, but opening portals and things and bringing bad things in. Well, the new champions, knowing that, went to the Mexican peak, highest peak, and faced off against a demon or a desert demon, and made a deal with that desert demon to be able to kind of get out of the pickle that they were in. And then after that, they placed the DarkR Web token in Mexico. And then just hours after that, a report comes in, and let me see if I can read the report. Just 12 hours after making a deal in Mexico to place the DarkR Web node on the Mount Orizaba, the team is alerted again by Sean Rogers, the last Silver Avenger, to a radioed alert from scientists operating out of the Greenland Research Station. An unidentified spacecraft has crash landed outside their camp. They have been authorized by local authorities to examine the crash site. Not the new champions, but the scientists, the people that work at this kind of research center, have been authorized to come out and examine it. The early reports from these people, like they're radioing back, and Socrates and Sean Rogers are just kind of intercepting these radio conversations. The early reports confirm that nothing has exited from the spacecraft. And the local authorities, have only authorized the scientists for external observation. A recovery crew is being dispatched, but it's not going to arrive for 2 days. they're out here looking. I don't know if y'all can actually see. I had to turn off the snow effect, but you can still see their lights, right? They're
Yep.
all
Yeah.
out here
Yeah.
with their flashlights trying to look around, but they've not been authorized to go inside. So I just assume that the team, kind of dropped off whatever some of the folks back at the headquarters, and then has taken the Explorer plane um, to this kind of glacier in the Roosevelt Ridge of Greenland. And for those who might disagree, I've did a lot of research. Greenland is still considered part of the North American continent, though it is culturally more connected to Europe. But it's
Yes.
so it is North America. We can claim it.
Now, are we
Okay.
putting a DarkR Web
Also, not
device
very
here as
green.
well?
Yeah. So this was the
It
same
is part
place
of the
where,
plan. Okay.
yeah, there's a radio tower here. It's in the top of this mountain ridge, and they want to, that this is the last one to put. Once you get the DarkR Web fob at the top of this tower, then it should cover the whole North American continent.
So it is quite the coincidence that the DarkR Web device needs to be planted right where a UFO has crash landed.
Yeah, and I think the team did kind of pull together that the five sisters went to these same high points to do their ceremonies, right? There was some significance for them getting to the highest points too. And so it's a kind of a foregone conclusion that they have caused this havoc, this problem. And you all were already expecting
Since
going in, there's going to be something crazy here because the five sisters did some ritual here. And, well, sure enough, about 12 hours after you did the third peak, a space shuttle crashes in the glacier. Like what? Yeah, and everybody just kind of thinks it's whatever the five sisters did.
Well, it could actually be like they did something that caused the crash to happen, but the
Yep,
crash may not have been the intention. Well, obviously not the intention, but
totally right.
um,
Totally right.
like something else might have caused the crash. Something else that they did.
byproduct of the
Yeah,
ritual.
exactly. Yeah. So
Yep.
the denizens of this UFO may in fact be entirely innocent.
Yeah.
I
So
guess we'll see.
you all have gotten to this glacier. The explore plane is a little faster now. Put more experience points into it, so it's not as slow as it was.
Cool.
Okay.
But
Um,
so what do you all want to do? And we can just go down the order, or if anybody has just a bright idea of what they want to do first, just speak up.
I do suggest that we stay relatively close together. Let Ghost be in the lead because she's kind of tanky, and if somebody's going to get hit, she's happy being the first. But let us not string out too far from one another.
That is wise advice.
So, so the plan would be Ghost would fly around around these hills so as to approach the facility from behind this ridge. You see where my hand is?
Coming from the east side.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would not be within visual contact of this base until we arrive at roughly this point.
Yep.
Now, knowing that that's the plan, if something goes awry before we get there, you should tell us, because otherwise I think we can all simply place our figurines there.
Yeah. So if that's the plan for everybody, give me just a second. Is everybody agreeing to kind of make that direction around this little ridge, and then be unseen up to that point?
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak up.
Okay. So, Little Rocket, you obviously have been in wherever workshop or whatever you are in, and I know you're testing out some of your powers, and trying to just kind of explore what you're capable of in the suit. And of course, you're pushing it to the limits, and you know you push it too far. Tell us how you push too far and what's happened, and until if you don't mind bringing yourself in.
Not a problem. Um, yeah, he was outrunning, and as I said, just trying to push it, and then suddenly something kicked in, and it's like, woo! The world is going by so fast. He has no idea where he is, and so he's trying to come to a stop
Oh
and
my goodness! I
slides
felt
in
you.
We'll find you. Don't worry.
and just probably ends up stopping somewhere up there if it showed up.
So
I don't know
your
where.
audio right now is pretty terrible. It wasn't terrible a bit ago, but it is now.
Well,
Yeah,
I
little
was
rough.
trying. It should be better now. I was trying something as a different voice.
Oh, okay.
Is it better now?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
Yes,
it
yeah.
better
That's
now?
better. I just thought it was something on accident. Cool.
No, I've
If
got a.
you're doing a thing.
Yeah, that's going to be him talking to people.
Okay.
And
Oh, yeah, because of the way he's
I'll.
got his. Yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Talking through a
Um.
helmet.
Well, no, he just moves so fast, and I lost my token.
Oh,
Where'd
Okay,
he go?
and
updating
I
everybody.
have no idea. I have no
agree.
idea where he went.
Yay, my token! Finally found a way. I
I'm
think you might have
stabilizing
done what
everybody.
I did and fallen through the ice.
I'm stabilizing everybody's tokens because it's really frustrating. That's a
Yeah,
cockatrice.
There he is.
Phaser. Phaser is all the way back there. Whoever that is.
Yeah, she hasn't gotten back to everybody yet. Okay, so you tell us where you end up. I mean, I'll give you the chance to. I think what I'm trying to get at is um, you probably come in front of them, and they get a chance to see you. I'm trying to bring up Nemesis token too.
I placed Ghost at the first point where I thought somebody at the base might see Ghost. She might be a few meters ahead of that point.
I just don't like that Nemesis keeps falling over and over again. Okay, that's okay. All right. So what is Little Rocket's actual token on the table?
Ah, there he is. Ah, I'm over by the stabilizer. And for
Oh,
some
okay.
reason, there we go. Because he kept dropping through the. Let's see if that worked.
Trying to get
Not
him
both of them.
stable.
Yeah.
Okay, so you blaze through like right through here. And I would say you even probably are stopped by this big snowy peak over here, you know. That's what kind of
Yeah.
catches you plow into it. And everybody sees
Yeah.
that,
For
right?
some reason.
Yeah, you're gonna have
For
to
some reason.
pull him up and back and around like he does. You're gonna have to. There's no collider on the side of the thing. You want me to find him? Maybe I can
And
find
I
him.
think he just fell all the way through again. Yep.
Oh, that's tough. Oh, I see him. I see you.
Yeah. Yeah. Right here. So you want to try to move him? Go ahead.
Where is he at now? Well, we are all under the ocean. I still don't see him. Oh, because he's so small. He goes under the water. That's why. Do you ever find him again? I got him. I got him. Okay, little rocket. We're going to have you in a mountainside right here. Did I just drop him through again? Is that what just happened? Would have been good if we could have gotten him on the table right. Didn't happen.
Thanks for coming.
Nice. We tried. It didn't work. We failed. Okay.
There he goes.
Let's see. So that's a really cool image of him running. I wonder why. Can he? So he is there.
He's there. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just leave him that way.
He will always be in that way. Maybe there's something
Through the
about
whole game, he just stays there.
maybe the collider on your first image is off or something. I don't know.
Could be. Who knows?
Okay, so
It worked.
Phaser is trying to get around, and periodically her teleportation like phases out and just doesn't work. And she takes a couple of seconds after you all. She's just a slow getting there. But ultimately, she does kind of portal in. It looks a lot like Rune Force's.
Teleportation.
Yeah, but hers is just not as good, and it has an activation roll, so it phases out. Okay, so you all see this blazing, multicolored, Technicolor raincoat of a little rocket running through. He plows into the snow and kind of shakes it off and stands up. And you all would have seen this because you all were coming around trying not to be seen. There's obviously no one out here, so no one's looking in your direction. And I'll go from the top of the order. Wild Thing, what are you going to do? You see this?
Okay. No, nothing from Socrates that he's sending us anybody, right?
No, and Socrates isn't going to communicate right now because it's not secure up here.
Right. Not secure. Okay. We're still sneaking. I don't want to give it away, so I'm going to pounce on said person.
Going to pounce on them? Okay.
I'm going to pounce. Where's my thingy?
Are you using your claws?
Well,
I'm going to
make sure you measure that you can.
Okay.
Let
me
change your grid, your measurements to
what?
Grid.
Yeah.
Okay. Grid. I'll go. Grid's already on.
Wild Thing is 25.
I
meters.
have yeah. That's why I have the link thing, so I can do distancy. I can do distance now, and I am happy.
Okay. So Wild Thing, what are you gonna do?
Oh, why did it do that?
I
am going to. Let's see. This should work.
Did Little Rocket flip? Oh.
Yeah, aim towards the black one. The others are just after images.
Oh, you've turned him over because he fell. Is that what you've done?
It's not working.
What you trying to do, Wild Thing?
Measure the distance. It's not working for some reason. It worked. I tested it. I spent all morning and afternoon testing this damn thing. Anyway, my leap is
You're 24 units to him. So I mean, if that's your whole leap, or how many inches of movement do you have?
I got 60. No. Sorry, wrong. Sorry. I got plus 40 to my normal movement, and that would be my normal is.
Is this a leap or is this running?
No, I'm leaping. Vertical is across, right? No, horizontal is across.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 44. Yeah,
It's
44
it's a leap of faith.
Yes, it's 44 meters. It's 44 meters.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I want to land on her with my claws at her throat.
Him.
Or his throat. I don't. Yeah, okay, his throat. As I bare my fangs and say, "Who are you?"
So you need to. You're gonna jump from 24 away and do an attack. So you're basically trying to do a
Oh,
move
not
through.
an attack. I'm
Well,
not. I'm
you're
not
jumping
attacking.
on them with claws on
Jumping
foot.
on them. That's about. Yeah, jumping on them. That's about it.
Yeah, but in order to jump on them, you have to make an attack roll, and it's going to have to be
Okay.
a what is it? A move through to be able to jump on somebody.
Um,
I'm not moving through them. Wouldn't it be?
I don't remember actually. It's a darn good question.
Let me see if this thing has maneuvers
Oh.
listed.
Yeah, grab. You're trying to grab him at his throat.
Block, brace, disarm, grab, grab by, move through, shove, strike, throw, and trip.
I think it's either a grab by or a grab, as far as I can tell.
Okay, let's go with grab
I'd
then.
call it a grab.
Yeah. Okay. Now you've got some distance on this, so doing it from a distance, or do we even? No, we don't do that because she's basically moving up and then doing a grab,
Right.
Yeah.
and she's got enough movement to do it. Okay. So you just need to roll the grab. So just click on the grab maneuver. And do you have
Click on the
any
guy.
adders to OCV when you do?
I've got +2 to tax.
All attacks?
No. Well, my spirit beast attacks.
Okay, so that
I
doesn't
don't know
apply to
if this
this.
counts. Okay.
No, it doesn't. So you're going to take a -1, so
Let's
just
see.
straight up roll the grab or click the grab.
Okay, it's maneuver, right?
Mm-hmm. Should be on the third or
Okay.
second.
There it is. DC 5.
DCV 5. Little rocket.
Rocket's normal DCV is 9.
Okay, so
But it would be based on your velocity because you're not expecting someone to jump on you.
well, the way we let it
Well,
is,
in that case, it's like 800
yeah, but in this
because he was
instance,
at full non-combat movement, and there would have been no.
no. We
But if
let you
he's hit,
in.
he goes stop.
We let you in, pummeling into the snow and kind of falling down and shaking it off. So I mean, you're stopped unless you have some objection
Oh.
with that. I mean, she's not going to try to hit you going 800 whatever miles an hour it is.
Yeah, no, he's stopped.
No,
I
I'm
agree.
planning. Yeah.
So the real question is,
But
if you are prone, like, are you down on the ground? And that's all just roleplay. That's just the way I set you up. So I mean, if you wanted to have it.
No, he. What I said was that he was kind of put on the brakes and slid to a stop, so he would be vertical.
Okay, so yeah, then I think you just get your normal DCV, and she would have missed. She lands in the snow next to you, but obviously not on your throat, grasping you. But she can
And
still snarl at you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Rocket? Little Rocket? Yeah, sure. Little Rocket. Yeah.
I'm little. I'm not a rocket.
And she cocks her head, waiting to see what you do next.
He's just going to kind of be prepared to move or whatever. He doesn't. He's taking a defensive stance, not a offensive stance.
Why are you here? You work for this operation.
This no, I just was no, I was just in Millennium City. Where am I?
He doesn't look like he's fast. He's being duplicitous, correct?
He looks
Correct.
like he's yeah. I mean, he is in and obviously he can answer for himself, but I mean, he's fish out of water. Just blew into this place,
Mm,
almost as out of place
you're
as
in a
you all are.
bad. You picked the wrong place to stop. Move back here before they spot you.
Sure. Okay.
Well, so Little Rocket, how fast are you moving normally? Right now, when you're moving, you're just kind of normal pace, or are you always moving around
Yeah.
things?
No, I have to engage that. No, at this point he's moving his normal. And so the rainbow effect is not happening.
Okay, but that's the only thing keeping you from falling through the mesh of the glacier right now. So,
Right. Right.
meta, just pretend, everybody. Okay, so you see Little Rocket come back around. Everybody can clearly see him. Um, Anybody want to get some words in with him, or any other actions? Otherwise, you all are still staying out of view. And Little Rocket's kind of blazing into the snow. Didn't catch anybody's attention up to this point.
Oh, that was quite the commotion, and it didn't attract any attention.
Not that you can tell. I mean, it's this is a pretty
Right.
remote island. Up mountains.
Darker web on top of the tower, I presume.
Yep, yep,
This tower.
yep. It's the one that has the little red flashing light on the top of it.
Okay. Ghost not being one for small talk, she's going to leave the investigation of this interloper stranger to the others. She'll just tell everybody that she's going to see if she can put the device on the tower, and if she gets into trouble, to please rescue her.
Before you do it, does anybody have any dice of unluck?
No.
Ghost does not.
Little
Rocket does not.
Nemesis? Maybe you're on mute. Nemesis? Bueller?
Sorry, muted. No, Nemesis does not have any unluck.
Rats. Okay, so Ghost, I won't make you do. You can move your token over there, so you kind of get a better view.
So this is a full move. She would be flying, doing a flying dodge type thing to be evasive as she approaches.
Okay, so you see the kind of the research camp, and you can see from the air the workers out with their lights shining on this spacecraft that's crashed into the ice and snow. But you don't see anybody that's really paying any attention to the tower.
Okay.
Do you continue to
the
the tower?
Yes, she will continue to the tower and place the device.
Okay.
Looks like I can
This
actually
is
stand on this thing. Oh, I can. Look at that.
look at
Oh no,
that.
I overshot. Sorry.
Can you actually get to the
Close.
tower? I think you should be able
Well,
to. There's
my
a mesh.
screen is two-dimensional, even though this is a three-dimensional table. So
Oh, there's not a mesh for the tower. Darn. Sorry. Um,
yeah.
so you place it. You've done this now 3 times prior. So
Okay.
actually, did you place the thing on the desert tower in Mexico, or did
I
somebody
don't
else?
recall. I
No, I
don't
think
recall.
somebody else did it that time.
Okay.
Did you just kill someone, Nemesis? Is that just what happened?
No. I'm looking at my thing and accidentally didn't put it in the right
No worries, no worries. So as you put the device, it takes you a few seconds. It starts to beacon, starts to beep. It's got the magnetic lock that the other ones have had, and it places very securely and even kind of blends in. It's almost like if you hadn't known you just did it, you wouldn't know that it was there. And almost immediately over all of your comms, except for little Rocket, you all start to hear call signs. People coming on. Socrates says, "Congratulations, everyone! You've finally connected the last fourth." Socrates, are you there? Can you do a better accent than me? You're welcome to if you'd like. But congratulates the team on placing the fourth, and he can actually speak with you all now, encrypted. But at the very same time, you start to hear people logging on to the network, different accents, different. Hey, this is Ranger Rooster on the network, logging on for the first time. We got your message, Socrates. We're on. And you hear another from South America or North America and Mexico in a Spanish accent,
Excellent.
speaking on logging on for the first time. They don't have a Texan accent, but and you hear lots of different people logging on, calling their signs and saying, we're here, everybody.
I think we're no longer alone.
This was
Socrates pipes
strange.
in.
It was strange.
Welcome, everyone. Please be sure to keep this channel secure. Do not share it outside of your closest circle of friends or associates. New champions, congratulations. You have opened up new levels of communication and allow our influence to expand across the continent.
There was like
Should we
canned applause.
investigate this flying object?
I think that's up to the team. There's you all weren't expecting it, but you knew it. Socrates knew it before you came here. You knew that this was coming. There won't be authorities arriving until 2 days from now. So if you choose to, you have plenty of time to investigate it.
I was going to say, if we don't investigate it, we'll be done right now.
Yeah, everybody. It's been a good night, everyone.
We can. Yeah, we should.
This is very curious about anything that's that flies in space. So.
We can't leave such technology to Destroyer and his ilk.
Okay,
Nemesis is going up the hill.
Great. Can you go up the hill, Nemesis? Like physically, will it allow you to place your token? I hope so.
Not sliding down it, but
Can I determine if there's anybody in that tower?
you'd actually want to be just behind the crest.
I'm gonna be. That's gonna be here. Yeah, good.
So,
can I see if anybody's in the tower?
Yeah, you would know from your detect that the only people that are manning this are the ones that are at the. This is a remote operation, and the only two heartbeats other than your own are the workers that are over here searching. There's not anybody in the building right now, or the tower, or anywhere else.
Okay, I don't detect anyone else here, but those two people near the crash vehicle.
Well, Ghost is going to get brave again, and she's going to fly towards. She's not actually landing in front of these people. She's quite a bit higher up. She'd be a good 30 meters up in the air.
Okay.
That was me. That was my attempt at getting on the tower, and it was weird.
Did you get up there? Were you able to?
No, I got in the tower. the top is not solid.
Okay, I'm going to go down the order and give everybody an action. Wild Thing, you've just placed yourself on the top of the tower. You've confirmed that there are no heartbeats except for these two. Ghost, you are looking higher up above, but you are I guess examining the shuttle, or what are you looking at up there?
Just checking out the shuttle, seeing if anything happens as I get close.
Okay.
Okay.
Little Rocket.
Does it look damaged? Might be a first question answer.
Yeah. You see some steam rising from it at different locations. So yes, it is damaged. It's not like breached, but you see that it's obviously something's not right.
Right.
Little Rocket, what do you do?
I'm moving closer, looking around. I'm
Okay.
I'm in combat mode, so
Okay, so
the
this is
things
actually
are
what we
showing
see.
behind him.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
So you see what looks like a small operation, like a research station that's kind of been, looks like it's been here for a while. You see the tower. You see where they just placed the node at the top of the tower. You saw all that. There's these little kind of trucks that are kind of built for operating in the snow. Pretty much everything you see. I think from there you still might not be able to see the shuttle from where you are.
No, not from here.
Yep. Okay. So I'll come back to you in a second. Nemesis, you made your way over the hill. What are you doing?
Yeah. She's got to switch over to her combat eyes, so she basically has detect large class of things, shapes, unusual group, and is just keeping an eye. And she'll start moving down towards it. She is in Daisy Dukes and a flannel shirt, rolled up sleeves and tied in the middle.
So it's really cold out here. Is that going to bother her?
Nope.
Okay.
That's
All
why
right.
she's in Daisy Dukes.
It's because the cold doesn't bother her?
She's immune to cold.
Okay, cool. So you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Obviously, you got detect on, but you just not. There's not anything to detect at this point. I assume you're going to continue to get closer. Hazel is going to teleport as close as she can as well, but she is just a little bit slower than the rest of the group. So she continues to make her way up. She didn't fall over that time. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the top of the order. Why do I not see? Oh, I skipped over Ghost. Ghost, you're high above everybody looking. Do you want to take an action?
She has a radio transmit and receive as basically her vocal mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
She also has a universal translator. So she's going to beam a radio signal at the flying saucer, sort of a universal intergalactic greeting. Like we come in peace. Can we help you?
Okay, so you do that, and
Yeah.
you maybe wait a couple of seconds, and it doesn't. You don't see any immediate response.
Okay.
Isn't that supposed to be like Klaatu, Barada, Nikto, something like that?
Something like that. Yeah.
Drawing a circle with one dot on it.
So Wild Thing, what are you going to do next?
Okay. I'm actually going to. I'm holding my action. I want to see what happens when those two. How much time do we have before the authorities get here?
Oh, you have a couple of
2 days.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see what those two do.
What are those two?
Well, they probably don't even see Ghost yet because she's up in the sky 30 meters above them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dark.
No, I want to see. I want to see what they do in their interaction with the ship.
Yeah, they're not getting any closer to it, right? So they've only been authorized to observe it from outside. So you can see that they're like looking and pointing at certain things, but they're not going to get in it or on it.
Okay. Then from here, I should be able to see if there is any visible way of entering the ship.
Pretty far away. You have good perception, though. Why don't you make a perception roll?
Surely enough, he's. Nope, that's wrong. Yes. And she just keeps hitting the wrong thing. There we go.
Let's see. Succeeded by 2. Yeah, from that distance, I'll say you see, luckily for them, the entrance to this thing is on this, it's kind of tilted up, but it looks like a kind of a hatch or something like that on the edge, the lip of it.
Okay, it's not open.
No, not at all.
Okay, I say over the comms to Ghost, there's an entrance into the vehicle from above. You think you can get to it without them seeing you?
No.
Short answer.
Okay. I think we will have to deal with them as quickly and as safely as possible before we can inspect it.
They're just research scientists.
I did not mean kill them. I mean incapacitate them.
Are we supervillains or superheroes?
Like I said, incapacitate them. Don't
Okay,
kill
we're
them.
supervillains. Gotcha.
No. What is wrong with you?
The suggested course of action that you are making is a villainous action.
Is this a Ghost speaking in character or
That would be Ghost speaking in character at this point.
okay? So Ghost believes that incapacitating them or anything like that is bad. Got it.
We would be initiating hostilities. That is not in keeping with her ethos.
And you think of another one.
Ghost will fly down to the portal that was indicated. She will be just a few meters above it. She is now in full view of the researchers.
Okay.
To elicit any sort of response that they might have, be it positive or negative. She is
Trying to
looking.
be stealthy or anything?
There's no point in being stealthy at this point. She's right in front of them. There's no way she could be stealthy. At least that's my judgment. I could be wrong, but
Aren't you a shadow in the night?
yes. Are we at night?
It is night, but your point is fair, and you just dropped down about a few meters above it.
Yeah,
I'll give
and
them a
if I'm in front of something that's not black, then it's not going to matter. Yeah.
Yep.
I would say they see her.
I'll give them a chance. How about this? Let's just roll and see. Do a dice roll. Roll maker. It's going to be an 11 or less. Oh, a wild thing. I'm rolling on your character. Sorry about that.
What are you doing on my character?
I was just
Stop
using
touching my
yours
character.
to. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, I know.
they both see. And actually, the only way you all know that they both see is because they radio something over, and Sean Rogers and Socrates are watching the comms from them, and they are intercepting, kind of live communications from them, and they hear, "We see another unidentified object that's coming from the sky. It looks like a celestial, looks like a humanoid encapsulating a solar system. What do we do?" And a couple of seconds later, there's a communication back to them. Do not engage. Do not engage. We will be sending reinforcements.
Okay. Shorthand for we're moving faster now.
Yeah, and
Ghost is looking.
They run in. Yeah. They run into these guys. Unless you all stop them, they're going to be running into their facility now.
Oh, good. That would be a great thing.
If I can get them, if I can actually.
Which way do the doors open on these buildings?
I'm sure that they're actually double doors, like an airlock type system, because that's what you do in really cold areas.
Yeah, I know. No, but question is, do the doors open in or do they open out?
I don't.
Or
does
do
it?
They switch both ways.
They are.
I would.
They are sliding doors into the walls. How about that?
Okay, that works.
So they're going to be making their way back. I don't know that I can move them. I think I've got them as a part of the island for some reason. But
Here.
But they're no longer a factor.
they're no longer a factor. Unless somebody tries to capture them, they're going to be moving back inside, going into one of these things. They're running off. Do not engage. They're a little scared because they see a celestial body.
Lock them in.
Say again?
I wanted to lock them in. If they're going into the buildings, then I would either pile up snow or somehow disable the mechanisms to the doors.
So, which one? What are you going to do? Are you going to cover every door that's in the thing? Is that what you're going to do for the rest of this time, basically?
The lookout tower building, the Quonset hut right behind it, and then the larger hangars sort of building that's led off to a tunnel.
So you see the tower
These three buildings, except for the helipad. The helipad I'll leave alone.
And what exactly are you going to do to block them in? And this is going to take you minutes. I mean, you're not going to go into the space shuttle. You're going to be barricading
Yeah, I
these
know. I'm
people
using
in.
that for everybody else since they blew cover.
Okay, so I'll just say that you're going to figure out a way to.
I see large boxes over here.
Yeah. So you're going to take the boxes, something else that's around. You're going to be barricading them in.
I see a tractor.
Yeah. And actually, I think you can move the tractors if you want.
Yeah, I got 100-ton limit.
Great. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing. Wild thing. We just did ghosts action. Phaser is going to hold. Who have we left out? Little Rocket.
He moves over where he can see things.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely see what's happening here. In the ridge of the snow where you've landed, you see this tilted space shuttle. You also see the workers running for safety, coming inside. You see all this unfold. Ghost is kind of hovering over the lip of this thing, which looks kind of like a door.
Alien!
Luckily,
Could be,
you've
who
met
knows?
Ghost before. You would think Ghost is coming out of the thing. Okay. Wild thing, what do you want to do?
Well, that's one way of doing it. Okay, let's see. How far away is it from me right now? Can't tell. Cannot tell how far away it is.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not
measuring with
working.
tab and hold.
Okay. Let me do that. There we go. It's oh yeah, I can leap to that area.
Okay, so do you want to leap to the area? Where do you actually want to leap?
Okay. I want to leap behind it to right here.
Do you have the distance for that?
I'll measure it out. I should. I don't think it's much further than this. Getting to the thing was 8, so yeah.
No.
Like
It's not.
4.
It's not 8. It's 40 units on grid if you have the measures on grid, and then it is 60 units.
The measuring is on grid. Yeah, it's on grid. Okay. So okay. Well, it says 16.
No.
What? 63 is what I see from your measuring tool right now.
You do? I thought I changed it to grid. Okay, hold on a second.
Okay, how much movement do you have?
Damn it. What did I say? 44.
Okay, so you can't get to
So
the other side of it.
I can't get to the other side. Okay.
You can get to the near side of it, though. You
I
could
don't
get.
want to come into the. I don't want to come into the front of it. So I'm going to pop down into the trench it ended up with. So here.
Okay, yeah. So you're just gonna jump down into the trench that was created by the crashing space shuttle, the spaceship.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Little rocket. Actually, we just took you. Nemesis, you're gonna be out for a little while as you do all that. Ghost, what would you like to do?
Right.
Did you say ghost?
Uh-huh.
Okay, sorry, voice broke up a moment. Ghost is going to go right to the door. She's going to be looking to see if there's any sort of opening latch. Failing that, she will knock on the door to get a sense as to its density and to if she can discern a way to get in without breaking the ship further.
Okay. So you will see kind of a keypad or something like on the outside edge of the door. I'm going to wait to show it to you because it's a different scene, and it'll determine if other folks are going to join you on the face of it. Wild Thing and Little Rocket are y'all going to try to get up to the mouth of this thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to I'm going to move to the top of it. Yeah.
Okay, and after a couple of actions, I'll let you in as well, Nemesis. I'll just give them a couple of leads, unless you just choose not to engage there, and leave it to the rest of the team. Phaser is going to hold back as well, but and
Can't land
actually
on.
everybody's moving their tokens over there. But if you all will take your tokens off to your respective spots, I'm going to clear and do something else.
Okay.
We are in scene number 2. Let me get the Explore plane off the map. So Phaser is not going to join you all in there. Has everybody got their tokens off? Ghost is still on the table. Ghost, do you want to get yours off too? Or you want me to do it for you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you were talking about.
Yeah, everybody take your tokens off just to some other area.
As opposed to get your tokens off, which you said originally.
Okay, so just a second. I'm going
Hold
to.
on.
Do you have your stuff?
No. I thought I grabbed it and started dragging, and then it didn't land with me.
Okay, I'll bring another one back on for you.
All right.
All right. So, did I just steal everybody's tokens, or do y'all still have them somewhere?
Still have ghost.
I think I got some people's.
I've got
tokens.
mine over at me.
Good. Okay. All right. I built a thing that didn't work the way that I wanted it to, and it's frustrating. So you all obviously don't see inside this space shuttle yet, but my scene system save did not work, and that's frustrating.
I'm seeing an upside down building.
Yeah, this looks very much different from the spherical.
Well, this is bigger and it's inside, so I'm just changing the scale. So imagine that the outside edge of this is still a circle. I've just built an inside scene.
TARDIS.
Huh?
It's a TARDIS.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to build the scene the way it's supposed to look. Give me just a second.
Holy crap!
I think our figurines might need to be bigger.
Yeah, they
You
do.
think?
It does. Sorry, I need to get this to working. I'm going to put something on the table so we can kind of work with this. So give me just a second. I actually did build the scene beforehand, so it's a little frustrating that it's not, that it didn't keep, but that's okay. Best laid plans, right?
Yep.
So just a second, and I will put this, I think. You get to see my work. Okay, so this is kind of the outside edge over here, and I'm going to bring on one other little thing just to make it work. Okay, can everybody see over here? And I'm going to just make the poor man's version of this thing. All right, everybody want to put their tokens. So this is kind of the edge of the cockatoo. The parrot is loud. If everybody wants
Okay,
to
I
place,
thought somebody was drilling something.
okay, so this is
Oh, it's past his bedtime. Hold on.
this is the edge of the lip of that circular thing, and you need to make your tokens bigger now, right? This is
It's big enough?
That's the
Oh my
maximum
goodness,
size.
I'm getting bigger.
You're gonna have to bring out
That's as big as the figurines get, it thinks. I think.
yeah.
No,
So this is
can-
the ship is enormous, and here you all are at the edge of it. And we'll make you rocket a little bigger too. Okay, so you all are at the edge of this thing, and there is a panel. Ghost, you were there first. I'm going to give you the opportunities with it first, since you were hovering above it.
So I take it a door is opened or something, or
No. This is the edge of the space plane that you all
okay.
were hovering above, and you saw like a keypad or something that was on the outside edge of it. But this is very much a hard surface.
Okay. Ghost will move to the keypad and she will look for a green button.
Yeah, reluctantly, there are no green buttons. If anything, it's scripts and languages, things you have never seen before.
Universal translator.
You have a day-long start time for that. It's an extra time, 1 day, right?
Actually, it's been its current definition is I believe yes. When the character was originally created, it was a 1 day thing to learn the language, but seeing as it was never actually used, it got changed into an extra time to activate. It's an extra phase to activate. Cost endurance, concentration, must concentrate throughout use of constant power.
When did that change happen?
It must have been at least a couple of months ago because I don't remember.
It's quite fortuitous that change has happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can look in the character sheet that's on the table. It's right there.
The character sheet that's on the table. I would like to see that, actually.
Yeah, I've placed a character sheet on PDF on the table under purple.
I don't see something under purple.
Oh, fudge. No, yeah. When the game crashed, I didn't re-export the PDF. I'm sorry. Hang on, I can fix that. I can do it in Discord.
Yeah, and I'll go to the team side as well. Because this will drastically change the way the rest of this thing goes down. So give me just a minute. We
Prefer
have
that this not happen.
Say again.
If you want to rule that for some reason I can't use this right now, that's fine.
No. If you've got it, you've got it. I just I had made my plans based on the last HTC I had of your character.
I'm sorry.
So, no, let's just take a look.
This also has universal translator. It does not take extra time for her. It just takes endurance to change which language she's talking.
Yeah. So I'll say that the last HTC file that I have in Game Night's approved folder is extra time 1 day only to activate if Ghost takes a full day of exposure to any given language for her to learn it. When did you change that? Did you send it to us?
I've uploaded several times since then, I would think.
Okay. Yeah, this is we're gonna go with it because I want to be favorable to you all, and I think it'll be cool that you'll be able to translate this. It'll be fun. So let's move forward with fun instead of the what file I have or don't have. All right. So what is this? Is it a you're gonna have to take a phase to activate it? What actually is the power now or talent?
I'm concentrating and I'm using extra time. So I got a +1 phase to activate.
Okay. We're not in combat right now. So is it a 12 or less still?
It is. It's a 12 or less.
Okay, make it 12 or less roll.
I'm going to roll perception because it's the same thing. I'm waiting for it to roll. Why is it not rolling? I'm going to click again. There we go.
Okay, succeeded by 3 against a target of 12. Okay, so you see, like, I don't know, you see the scripts the way that they are, but you understand, I guess you can translate it, but you still don't have, like, computer or systems operations or security systems or anything to know what it means. So you definitely can make sense of it, but they are words that and like purposes that you don't understand.
She'll just start like pointing at symbols and translating them literally as she's pointing.
This could be interesting.
And let anybody else come up with any inspiration of what she might be seeing.
This could be interesting.
Yeah.
Little Rocket, you are close enough that you would hear her saying these words, and I think you have skills that would matter. You would be able to understand what she was saying on the panel.
I
right?
do have computer programming, electronics, inventor.
Yeah. So if you'll just make maybe a general intelligence roll to see if any of these things click, but with a bonus of 2, since you've just got so many of these kind of complementary skills. And all I'm really looking for is for you to key in on what this is. Yeah, great.
I rolled 7, so +2 would have been 5.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so you understand that this is a like a secure unit to get in. Maybe I think you feel like if she's explaining what they mean literally, you could maybe piece together how to open it or how it operates.
I might be able to make it open. You want me to try?
Please.
Try the first.
Learn that word.
Try the first 5 digits and the last 5 digits.
Huh?
Equivalent. What is your password? Password.
Password 123. That's the equivalent of it. Okay.
Right.
Little Rocket.
Or you go backwards. Somebody's going to try and go sequentially through it.
what skill would you like to use? It's obviously not there's no like perfect skill for this, but I'll let you use one of the relevant skills to kind of piece together what she is saying, and as you navigate it, and I just a straight roll, and then how well you do against it, I'll tell you kind of what you can do.
Yeah. I'll use Inventor, and he's got a +3 to all intelligence skills.
Okay.
So
Oof.
Okay, so from what she's telling you, she speaks a word, you press a button, a screen comes up, reads the screen literally to you, and you kind of understand what it means. It's a slow process. It's almost like doing a screen share with a customer support rep, where they take control of your screen, or like someone's having to read over the phone what they see, kind of like what we do when we try to fix the JSON links in our tokens. It's that kind of a process, and
So it could take an hour.
yeah, it's going to take a little while, and there's no help videos for it either. But you're kind of navigating around it. I mean, you kind of understand it's like a early Windows system. I'm kidding, but you kind of understand how to navigate it. You
awesome.
know. But using that as kind of a framework for how it is, it's got panels that, digital panels that swipe left and right. That it's got limitations to what you can control. Obviously, it's an external panel, but I mean, there is a section of this thing that allows you to, open the door, but it looks for a password, and there's like the equivalent of an override, but that's about as far as you're going to get. It's going to look for a password, and there is a space for an override.
Okay. Like an emergency override.
Mm-hmm.
Press it.
Okay. So you press the emergency override, and you can start to see the thing is like moving real fast. Screens are moving, and it's like transmitting inside. There are even some lights on the outside of the door that start to flash, but the door is not immediately opening. It's just kind of transmitting, and you don't really know. The screens are moving too fast, and Ghost isn't able to translate for you fast enough to understand what your override push button just did.
Mhm.
Oops.
Did we say alarm?
Could be an
I'm
alarm.
hoping that what it's doing is actually trying to balance the interior and exterior airlock. There we go.
Okay. Nemesis, by this time, if you had wanted to join them on the edge of this thing, you could have. This has taken some time for them to sort through the door. If you'd like, you can place your token up here. Of course, if you wanted to keep base down at the base of the thing, Phaser's staying back as well.
No, she'll suggest somebody else keep an eye out for
Yeah,
okay.
Phaser will stay back and keep an eye out. I mean, if there's something changes or authorities show up or something like that. So if that's what you're looking for, Phaser will do that.
Nemesis
Hey.
on.
What'd you say, Nemesis?
Can you drop Nemesis's token on?
Oh yeah, you do need that from me, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Just a second. Okay. Make her a little bigger. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Little Rocket and Ghost have been at this for a little while, trying to figure out how to open the thing. That you come on the scene just about as the override is happening, so you see the flashing lights and everything. I'm going to give some actions.
Sorry, I had to step away. I'm sorry about that, guys.
It's okay. Ghost and Little Rocket have been working together to try to translate through the scripts of this little keypad. And Little Rocket pressed a button, and things started happening, like lights flickering on the outside door and transmitting, but nothing is happening. The door's not opening. Nemesis appeared on the scene, and Wild Thing and Nemesis, I'll let you all act first. Wild Thing.
Well, I could just enter it and enter the airlock, close it behind me, seal it, and then go on inside.
So Wild Thing got the first act. The airlock is not open. They have not been able to open it yet, Nemesis. So they pressed a button and they don't know what's happened yet. Wild
Okay.
Thing.
I go. I move up to it and I say to Ghost, "You can." Oh, I fell.
That's
That's not even me.
Stop touching
Oh,
me.
here. Sorry, I come over to you. And I say, Ghost, and you tell me what it says. I want to use my security system to see if I can just figure this one out.
We've already spent like the last hour doing exactly that.
Oh.
Yeah, they.
Sorry,
No, Little Rocket did a whole the bunch of skills and tests to be able to make it through and pressed a button. He had a password option or an override option and chose the override option. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Okay, then. Okay, you didn't say any of that. I didn't. I thought
Well,
they were
you
just
weren't
pressing
here,
buttons.
so yeah, we did say
Yeah,
it. We just said it
unfortunate.
while you weren't there.
Yeah.
Question
I
for
mean, on
Blake.
the recap. Anyway, yeah, sorry about that. Issues here. Anyway, well then I'm going to wait and see what happens with the colorful lights.
Question for the
I'll
group. Can
step back in.
somebody seal the airlock if I force it open?
we should perhaps give it some time to see if it opens on its own. Forcing it open may be viewed as hostile.
It would definitely be the wrong thing to do.
Ghost is going to tight beam a radio transmission through the door, transmitting in the script language that she's been translating for the last hour. Friendly, we are here to help.
Interesting. Little Rocket, are you still looking at the panel?
Yeah.
And Ghost, did you back away from it, or are you still looking at the panel? How did you? You said
I've
through
backed
the
away
door.
a little bit to be a bit more central to the door.
Yeah.
So I'm not able to view the screen.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Little Rocket, you'll see, some movements and scripts on the panel, but you don't understand what it means. But you see something coming on the panel.
You that can read this. What's this say?
Okay, Ghost will come back and see what she can read. She will endeavor to translate.
Yeah, so like you missed the very beginning of it, but you see it's kind of like a scrolling, and you see friend or foe, question mark, like they're trying to communicate back through this panel, but it's obviously not meant to be a communication device, so it's just kind of weird hacked in. There is no way for you to communicate back through the panel, but obviously the panel is receiving some interjected text script that being translated through.
She will translate basically, please say again.
They'll say that our ship has been disabled. Are you friend or foe?
We are friendly. We mean no damage. We would like to render assistance. Is there any way we can help?
So funny. Communicate. This whole thing going down through a translated door panel is it's cracking me up. they will say back through it, door airlock opening. Do not attempt an attack. And it's just
That sounds
it's a
perfectly
weird.
reasonable to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost will move to. Actually, she probably still needs to read the panel. So she's in front of everybody, able to read the panel, but she'll be the first to be seen.
Okay. One of the messages that they would have asked for, what they would have said in that would be, well, no, they couldn't have communicated that over the panel. That's the hardest part about this. Okay. So the panel opens, and you see that, and so you all, I'm trying to think, you all can see that. And Emereka, I'm going to need to bring in your token now, your character. You know, well, they didn't fall just like that. Come on now. All right. So can you all see through here?
Yeah, I can see
Easy.
some triangular squid-like plants.
They have a name.
Yeah, they do, I'm sure.
Wallace.
It's Quillis. Wallace or Quillis.
Okay, let me see.
Rocket's gonna. Guys, do you think we can breathe in there?
I can.
Hey, you know, to have oxygen.
Ghost will move up a little bit. She doesn't, and she will again. She'll broadcast in a cone. Again, radio signal, hoping they're receiving this. Do you wish us to approach?
Okay, so this is going to be a little weird. Obviously, it is a little weird already. Emereka, I'm assigning you the color of these guys. Okay, so hopefully you can see them now. You are broadcasting this radio frequency version of their written language into the ether, right? So through this kind of blue gate, I don't know how you would know if those three, these three understand you, but they're not responding to anything. And actually, will you repeat what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't.
I said, do you wish us to approach?
And are you still looking at the panel? Obviously, I've taken it off the screen.
Yeah, she would realize that she would have to do that, so she would move back to look at the panel.
They will say the only word that you can translate from it is repairs. It's like the equivalent of a question mark. And if anybody has, if you can see perception, you see the smoke in the back of the ship.
Inside the ship or outside the ship?
Walk up to the barrier and cross it.
Okay, just perception. You see it. It's in the back left-hand corner of the ship. There's a bunch of smoke rising.
Inside the ship.
Nemesis, you walk through this thing.
Yeah, or attempt to.
This is fun. Do you have any self-contained breathing or expanded breathing?
Oh, of course. She's an iron golem. She doesn't breathe at all. She might rust a little if it's oxygen.
Is it that you actually bought it? I thought I checked your character. I thought I checked everybody's character for that.
Yeah, she's always from the beginning had life support pretty much everything. The only thing she needs to do is eat and sleep.
Okay,
And
so
even
she
those
doesn't.
are
So she doesn't breathe.
she doesn't breathe. She's not a golem.
No, that's
However,
fine.
yeah.
I mean, Iron Golem. If
I
you
think
didn't pay
almost
for,
everybody in our group had life support of some sort or another.
if you, though it might be concept, I was just trying to
I
make sure you
don't.
actually got it.
Yes. This is one of the things I bought.
Okay, great. So you walk in. You obviously know that well, I don't know that you would know that the air is different, but you're not breathing, and so you walk
Right.
in, and
She simulates it well,
say
but
again.
she wouldn't know if it was good or bad air at all or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't give you a scientific rundown of the air quality. You walk through that, and it tingles, but you're able to walk through, and the Quailith will get a chance to act. Amraka,
Well, let me go through.
it won't let you go through. Well, you can go through, but you're gonna have to come through from the
I
other
need
side.
to get, let's see, probably,
Just take it from the other side.
yeah, well, no, I was going to go get down to that level.
But you're in now. I don't know why it's got you so far down. So I mean, it might be because of your stabilizer. You're obviously not floating in the air, but you are in now. Okay, Amaraka, do you want to try to do anything with these Quailith? So for your benefit, the transmission these people over here, Amaraka, because they're the ones receiving the signals with the computers, and they've been trying to communicate furiously with through the computer thing.
Okay. So the three that have come over to here, they see Nemesis walk into the area, and you're obviously not bothered by the smoky condition of their building. The temperature has actually gone up about 50 degrees Celsius.
Ooh.
Okay, so she's in
That's
appropriate
hot.
weather to wear shorts.
Now there's a reason to have shorts on.
The three that are closest to you, they look like giant plants. They do not have any eyes, but they seem to be moving in a coordinated fashion as they come up, and they're almost blocking your access. And then the ones in the back, you see tentacles moving, and then one from each of them, one of the tentacles kind of moves around and looks, or
Is this a is this a form of sign language? She does have universal translator at a 16 or less.
She does.
Does everybody have Universal Translator, by the way? Does anybody else have?
No, that was going to come up next, but I don't have it yet.
No.
But it is thematic for my character,
Isn't
but I
Universal
just
Translator
don't have the money.
a stop sign power too? Like this is how do you have like how does she universally translate? What's the special effect of her being able to know how to talk with aliens?
Well, it's a tongue spell from D&D.
Okay.
Tongues. There you go.
So she is casting a spell.
Well, it was a spell that was cast on her permanently.
I would have you make a perception check.
Okay. Right now she's got her light eyes in. So she's at 14 or less.
Did you make your perception check?
So, did you make a
I'm going
perception?
to roll it right now.
Thank you.
By 4.
Okay, so you notice that number 2, which is the middle one in front of you,
Yep.
that it's attempting to communicate with you.
Is it like flailing 2 arms or 3 or 4?
It's moving the 2 foremost appendages, and there's you can smell something in the air. And so you think it's asking you, with your universal translator, you think it's asking you how you could possibly help them. What is your technology level?
Our technology level.
Pheromones and gyrations.
So, combination of controlled farts and sign language.
Is that your response on the technology level? Or is it what's your technology level? Controlled farts?
No. I'm just commenting basically from the what was it? There was the Doctor Who special with the guy who plays Mr. Bean.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
And he needs to talk to the master without the Daleks overhearing him. So they're talking in farts.
How peculiar.
Okay.
Well, it was
Very
a Doctor Who,
precedent here.
Doctor Who skit.
Yep, it certainly was.
Ghost will transmit. They seek help in repairs.
You're transmitting that to Nemesis over her comms, right? Like through her radio. Okay.
Yeah, through everyone's comms.
It's like she'll ask who's the most technologically savvy of us? Phaser?
Phaser is not. I mean, she's a mechanic. Actually, she might be, but I don't think she can breathe up there.
No, it doesn't matter. She can describe what the technology she knows how to repair. And then
Are you
I can translate.
okay? You're calling back.
And I
You're letting
translate
us know.
that for the plant people.
Okay, you're letting us know you need to know who can help them technology-wise.
Yes, that's why I asked who's the most technologically savvy of us.
Okay. I didn't know, was that a out of character question or an in character question? I couldn't tell.
Question.
I can.
Yeah.
It depends. I need to get an idea of the specs of their technology.
Well, they can fly through space.
Higher than ours.
Unfortunately, Rocket doesn't hear any of this because it's all over your comms.
Well,
Oh, shucks.
Ghost is transmitting, but obviously, Ghost, did you transmit to Rocket directly, or I mean, can you?
Her ghost would be.
Nemesis will
How
let
would that
them know
work?
that she she's got great strength. So if there's structural members that need to be bent back into shape, she can do that. She can do heavy lifting of up to 100 tons.
How are you? You're translating, but you can't actually speak to them, can you?
Well, if they're waving that's why it sounded like they were talking in controlled farts and sign language.
No. But does Universal Translator allow you to speak back to them?
It depends.
You can understand what they're saying, but
limbs. I have arms that can simulate their arms. If they're speaking in nothing but pheromones, then no.
I have a feeling that you probably aren't going to be able to communicate back to them. They're weird archetypes and three-armed creatures with combinations of
Well, she
smells
can
and
use one
sounds.
leg.
And
She can use one leg to simulate the third arm,
yeah, I think
or
you
Well, you
could do it.
can make
or
yourself
she
look
can
like them.
shift into a male and have that third arm.
That's
It's a
awesome.
little
So
short.
you shapeshift into a Quailith and then communicate back to them.
She don't use humanoids.
Oh, so you can't shapeshift into a Quailith. Darn.
No, she shifts into a human, a male.
Okay.
So she has a short arm, if you know what I mean.
Aha. Okay, so let's see if anybody else has an idea here. So Nemesis has been communicating back and forth with them, suggesting through gyrations and moves, trying to communicate back to them. They, we don't know if it's effective or not. They're not being responsive to it yet. Um, Everybody else is outside still. Does anybody else want to try to come in to try to engage, try to communicate? Wild Thing, I'll let you go first.
Okay, I say to I guess to to Nemesis. That's Nemesis in there, right? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yep.
I say to Nemesis, I need to know what the nature of their technology. Is electronics? Is it bio? Can you find that out?
Do they have a is there a computer screen or anything like that around?
Yeah, you see it at the far end of the building. It looks, very, very sci-fi, and there are computers. It's weird scripts and things you don't understand, but it definitely looks like computers.
Good.
Do you say
Well,
that
she
back
can.
to? Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say if they have a computer screen that they can read off of, and I can read off of it.
Well, you. Oh yes, you're a universal translator, of course.
Right.
Yeah, Universal
And just
Translator,
simply
they
type
can
it in.
communicate back crudely.
Mm-hmm.
I would just use their their computer keyboard to get ideas across.
Okay, so are you going to try to get up to the computer?
The only thing I can think of right now is if they're a society that uses pheromones and sign language, to have a computer screen would mean that they'd need a computer system that could also generate smells.
Oh no, I mean it's like saying that what we see, the way we speak, is the same way we read words. I mean, the way we communicate can be with audibles and whatever, but when we look at the printed word, it doesn't require us to smell it, right? It can be visually
Right.
seen printed word versus audio visual. So the way that they give you verbal communication, it just includes smells. That's all. So let's move this along. So are you gonna kind of like slowly make your way down to the end of the computer and try to communicate with them uh, by typing things in to the computer?
Yes.
Well, actually, if you work together with Ghost, who is talking through the computer system already, right?
Ghost is
Yes.
doing what she can.
Yeah, because Ghost is being the translator at this
Well,
point.
I'm actually the better translator.
That's true. And he has more context than Ghost.
Yeah, they both have universal translators. So Nemesis is going to make it her way down and be gyrating and trying to communicate no threat. Maybe Ghost can communicate what's happening, what you're trying to do. I don't know. How do you want to get to role play that? How are you going to get down to the computer?
Ghost, tell him I'm going to go try and put out the fire. And Nemesis is going to walk to the fire.
Is it an actual flame fire?
I don't know. There's smoke billowing, therefore smoke means fire.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Huh?
I look at Ghost.
It's either that or
What is
there's stuff
what is he
smoldering,
doing?
which still
He is-
indicates heat.
He is attempting to put out a fire. He is demonstrating our goodwill.
Okay, so we're after
She
time.
nods.
So I'm gonna kind of try to help us.
Oh, we are?
Yep. So Nemesis, you obviously get to the end of the computer screen, and you're able to communicate, typing in words, and they kind of link into it as well with their ways, and they are writing scripts, and you can see that when they crashed, some of their energy source, the way that their ship moves, have been damaged over here on the left, and they're going to need some materials to be able to repair this. Their people are perfectly sufficient at repairing it, but some of the materials have been just damaged beyond repair. So they're going to have to make shift with different materials, and they can't, and they will just clearly say they can't leave the ship. The Earth's air is not suitable for them, and so they have certain little kind of list of materials that they need.
All right. Here's a question for you. Are you capable of atmospheric movement?
Question, like atmospheric movement. Can they move through the air individually?
Yeah,
the ship? What?
At least fly in the atmosphere.
Didn't
When
hear
it's
you.
not broken, maybe.
Yeah, of course their ship can fly. When it's not broken.
Is it capable of flight right now?
No, it's not
I
capable of
think
flight right now because
it's grounded.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
The big question is we've got people who right now, we'll warn them, there is a Dr. Destroyer who would love to abscond with your technology. We need to move you to a place where you can be repaired.
They say that. I mean, if you give me the materials, we can repair the ship very quickly. We just need certain materials, and we can't leave the ship.
Is Ghost able to decipher what? Is Ghost able to decipher what those materials are?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was
they
going to ask
communicate the
what
list
they
of
are.
materials, and there's certain things that they list, and I'm not going to try to name them all, but yeah, you totally understand that. Maybe Ghost, do you share that with everybody else, or do you? What do you do once you have that?
She would promptly transmit that. Very specifically, she would transmit it to Socrates.
Okay.
And she will ask that these materials be gathered together as quickly as possible. She will fly to the source and fly back the materials as rapidly as possible.
Okay. Here's a question. Is there anything on hand, like those tractors, maybe what's in the warehouse, the hangar, stuff that won't necessarily compromise the researchers here, but stuff that we could take from them to repair their ship?
No. The science station really isn't prepped for kind of rocketry. It just doesn't have.
Is any of that material that they need nearby?
Nope. Greenland isn't kind of a panacea of rocket ship material.
Well, I'm saying that I'm assuming minerals that Greenland does have under the permafrost and stuff.
No, but it's not mineral. I mean, they need some they're going to need fuel. I don't know the technical words for it, but they're going to need some metals. They're going to need some raw materials that
raw materials to put into alloys and things of that nature. Gotcha.
That's right. Little Rocket.
Is anybody saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, tell me where it's at. I'll go get it and be right back with it.
Some of the stuff is pretty heavy.
Between you.
They need a flux capacitor.
Between you and Ghost, we might be able to get this done quickly.
Ghost can get anywhere on the planet within a matter of seconds. And she
So
can
can I.
haul 100 tons.
I can't carry 100 tons, but I can get anywhere on the planet within seconds.
So you and I will probably be spending a lot of time together. You can carry the small stuff. She can carry the heavy stuff.
Heavy stuff, yes.
Roger that.
So I think
All right.
Socrates would pipe up at this point and say, it may not be very wise for us to make blazing trips across the planet in full view, carrying materials to Greenland.
Well,
It
What about the portal?
Say again.
What about the portals? Can
I
we
mean,
teleport or portal them here?
yeah. I mean, Runeforce can portal some pretty heavy things to the shuttle. So, like, if you all were to take the shuttle somewhere, to the explore plane somewhere, um, they could portal that way. Socrates isn't suggesting a way; he's just telling you, you're
The
risking
options.
you're risking
Yeah.
your secrecy by flying all over the planet, getting materials
So
and
where do you
flying back.
say put the shuttle where? Where did he say put the shuttle? Or he
No, he didn't say anything with shuttle.
suggested?
He just said that the explore plane could be used because it is
Oh,
invisible.
okay. Then we'd use that.
Okay.
It's just not
Socrates
very
is correct.
fast, and that's
Well, the question is we're probably going to have to defend this site until they can effect repairs.
Conceivably, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Ghost, you and what is your name?
Rocket.
Rocket. You two facilitate gathering of the needed materials. I'll fly up and keep an eye on any approaching
the
bodies.
materials are going to be flowing in on our rocket ship. They're not gating in.
Oh, they're not going to gate in. They're going to fly straight
It's
here.
it's
Straight.
coming in on the invisible.
Okay.
So
That's why. Yeah,
there's
you
nothing
guys.
for us to do until the shuttle gets here.
Okay, you
What
guys are
Ghost is
dropping
going to
out.
do
That's what I was missing.
Ghost is going to spend her time while the shuttle is doing its thing, clearing the ice away from the spacecraft,
that's great.
so they'll be able to get out easily.
Okay, so let's take
And that
some.
will also be demonstrating goodwill on our parts. We're obviously trying to free them.
Yeah, so let's get some
And-
wrap-up actions. And Wild Thing, so Ghost is going to go out and clear around the ship. Nemesis, you're inside and have been communicating kind of the intentions of the group. Is there anything more specific? Or are you just basically being the communications person inside?
The liaison.
Is there any heavy lifting needed to be done?
Yeah, I mean, there's some over here on the side where the smoky, you can see some metals that have been twisted and stuff.
Right. She'll help bend those back, or
America, are they strong enough to do that themselves, or are they pretty weak?
They're in the 25 strength level.
Okay, so they won't be able to bend metals back. So yeah, they'll definitely appreciate Nemesis's strength, and and I don't know, like, do you have some relative skill there with kind of moving things and not breaking them too much? Maybe just a general.
general strength and a decent dex. She also happens to have a what was it? Fire to reforge herself, which, because her healing on her is based on basically fixing metal, that she could actually probably work on the ship, repairing holes, anything that needs to be welded back together. She has she can do one body per turn.
That's her own
structural
regeneration.
repair.
It's not regeneration; it's healing.
So she
But it was
has.
meant for her because she's an iron golem, we're talking about spot welding, hammering things back into place.
Healing is a power that you can use on other people, though, right? I mean, it's a you just
Yes.
thought, yeah. So you're gonna start doing some like repairs and stuff like that. Again, you don't
Right.
have any skills like
No, but
mechanics or
says, I need that piece there bent back here and then welded back to this point.
okay. So you're gonna expect them to kind of point out with their wavy fingers.
Right. Or if some of the outside hull is bent away and needs to be welded back into place, she could do that.
Okay, yeah, I think that's cool. So you're over there kind of with the repair effort, doing spot welds, and you don't have a skill with that, but
She's not doing well. She's got. Is it?
I think even just they're pointing to you, you're doing like just like you have a power of it. So I mean, you maybe don't even need a skill. You're just like regenerating these types of things. It's crude. It looks terrible, but it's working, right?
Right. It's workable.
Okay, so you're
Might be
doing that.
As long as it holds atmosphere.
Little Rocket, what are you doing?
I'm not real super strong. I'm just mostly super fast. I guess I can help try to move some of the snow and that from around the outside. I've got no way of helping inside. I've got technical that I could possibly help, but I can't breathe in there. So,
Yep.
Breathing is so
And-
overrated.
Yeah, just
You can shovel snow real fast.
yes, I can shovel snow real fast. And when the ship gets here, he can help move things from the ship to at least to the door very quickly.
Yeah, so
Go inside with the material.
Ghost, you are clearing snow. Nemesis is helping do some repairs inside. Little Rocket is clearing snow. Wild Thing, you're keeping watch. Are you doing anything else?
And I'm doing Overwatch.
Overwatch. Okay, so
It's useful.
So it takes probably a good 12 hours for Runeforce and some of the other members of the team to source some of these materials. Runeforce has even taken some from his own hangar and his own space exploration company that he owns. So he takes some of that materials and Phaser's cussing him because she's going to have to cover his tracks later. But about 12 hours later, they arrive back on the Explorer plane with some of the weirdest looking minerals and alloys, and I mean some of the kind of like the dry ice coming off of them to keep them cool and whatever. But they come through. Phaser can't come inside with the materials, but Runeforce will portal inside and we'll like piece by piece portal some things in. Ghost, if you're able to help, anybody that's able to help. I'm just trying to wrap it up since we're after time.
Yeah. Ghost can carry
Sure.
everything inside the shuttle, no problem.
Great. Wild Thing, do you make your way? I think you can. You have expanded breathing too, right, Wild Thing?
Yeah. I have no problem going in.
Yeah. So, Little Rocket, you see all this happening, and you just kind of like stand like a puppy dog at the window, or how do you? Everybody else is moving inside with alloys and minerals and metals and all kinds of weird stuff. You see Runeforce show up as well, walking in.
Well, with Wild Thing no longer on Overwatch, Little Rocket could do that.
That's what I was going to say. I'll kind of run around and actually he could probably, to help see better, go up to the top of the radio tower. That gives him a higher point of view.
Okay.
But
All right.
I've got no way to communicate with anybody.
Well, you could move fast to the group if you had to. I mean, you could. Something happened. How fast do you actually move?
Well, it depends on which one I'm using.
It sounds like an answer.
I mean,
sounds like Ghost's answer sometimes too. Depends on.
I mean, if I'm doing the combat move, not very. I mean, it's fast, but it's not super fast. If I do the instantaneous, is that what I call what we call it? Yeah, instantaneous running, I can get around the world 1.6 times a second. So
Oh, well, yeah.
I think I can get from there over to here pretty quick.
Okay, so let's we'll wrap the session basically when we deliver materials to them, and the Quailith, use the materials and kind of machine it, and you all keep watch. It does take them another 12 or so hours, but no one shows up to try to attack them, and they're able to make very quick use. They're obviously highly intelligent, more so than humans at this stage, and they're able to repair their ship. So they are, making their pheromonal emissions and gyrations and making their thanks to the group, to the new champions, and they will
And ghosts
say,
get a clue as to where they live
yeah,
in the
so
galaxy.
they will say in over the computer screens, they will say, um, this planet that we are on shouldn't be here. We must have been transported here, but our trajectory would have taken us through the sun, through your sun. And they say their only hope is to come back through the trajectory they came, and hope that they're able to return to their, what they assume is dimension.
Wow. Okay.
It sounds like that would be the case, she says.
So they are going to retrace their trajectory, and hopefully it returns them dimensionally to where they were from.
Ghost will give them a transmission signal that she can receive, and tell them that if they need further assistance, to please contact her.
Okay. Everybody going to exit the ship? Does anybody want to do anything else with the Quailith?
Yeah, if they're ready to go, they're ready to go.
They're in from another dimension. She's on a wild, like, far-reaching idea. She's gonna ask these Quailith if they've ever come across, and she'll describe one of the people that got vanished.
Well, you wouldn't be able to ask that, so you're communicating that through.
Well, but through the translation system we've set up, yeah.
Through one of the people that can, you ask them that.
Yeah.
But they're not familiar. They have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, just kind of hoping maybe the vanished people ended up in another dimension, something that she has been hypothesizing.
If you come across people that are in general build like us, then please let us know.
Okay, so everybody that's on the ship leaves, gets off of the ice, goes back to their places, and you see this ship kind of shudder, but move with an agility that is you wouldn't have expected from the shape of it, and it returns up kind of the way that it came. You can see them moving back through the snow path, and then when it comes up through the sky, it vanishes. Like there's a part of the sky that it goes through, and it's not space. It's not like it vanishes into space. It's just at some point, 100, 200 meters into the sky, or maybe a couple of miles in the sky, you can still see it. It vanishes.
Hopefully they made it through to their own dimension.
Yeah.
Judging, did they make space?
No, they
were they still in the?
They were still
before they
a mile up in the sky, and then not even a mile. Yeah.
They transitioned to another dimension.
I said that's wrong.
Okay, so
I look at the other.
Probably be wrong.
Socrates, Were you tracking them?
Socrates was tracking them, and he says he can't. I mean, just from his seat or from far away, they really can't tell if it was purposeful or not, or if there was some. Did they hop a dimension on their own, or is that the way they came in, or he's not able to give you any more.
Well, they said that they would have to go back the way they came in. So.
And
also
they
said
followed that, so they may have. That may have been the portal they came through.
Yep. Opened by our five
the five sisters,
misguided witches.
So then there's potentially an open portal above the Roosevelt Ridge in Greenland.
Yeah.
Ghost is halfway tempted to go and investigate, so she
yeah, pretty much same.
she will ask the others whether or not they think that is prudent.
We'll go together. You got to
I
make
think
sure.
Socrates would guide against it. He says,
of course he will.
there is not a 100%
That course of
certainty.
action is unadvisable, Ghost.
Thank you, JK.
You want to make a new character, as the case.
That works.
Superior judgment.
Anybody disappointed with their character, just go through the
Wild
portal.
Thing was also interested in investigating. At his peak to curiosity.
Well, I had a great time playing. It's been a long time since getting to be with you guys, and it was a lot of fun. I'm so surprised that we did not end up with a Quaylith bloodbath, which I really appreciate. Thank you for everybody who tried to work through.
I'm shocked.
I know, I am kind of shocked too. But the whole using the keypad to communicate through radio frequencies, translated, that I couldn't have envisioned how that would turn out. And then, the whole gyrations communicating with them in person, Nemesis, I just wouldn't have envisioned that. We knew that it would be hard for you all to communicate with them. I just didn't anticipate how you would use Universal Translator like that to bridge the gap between people with skills. I'm glad to chat a little bit longer, but three experience points for everybody and another for journals that are written and links to the article. But anybody have any thoughts or questions?
Okay. I do have a question. Are they going to offer Rocket a communicator?
Ooh.
Oh, after you get interrogated, sure.
Interrogated. Oh, you're so kind.
I mean, interviewed. I'm sorry. Interviewed. Yes, interviewed.
And then there's the hazing.
Always the
Hazing is illegal now.
So I think the team doesn't typically give the encrypted communicators yet to people they've just met, but we have done like non-encrypted communicators, so you can still talk to people.
Yeah.
So you won't have like the same DarkR Web access, but you still will be able to communicate with the group until there's more vetting done. That's just the way that we've always introduced new folks.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I understand. We can do that out of or in the text.
In the chats, yeah. Anybody other have questions?
No, I'm good.
No.
I know there wasn't any fighting, but I hope it was still an enjoyable finale.
Not all games have to have fights.
Yeah.
No, that I was very disappointed in this. -3 to the
I
GM.
tried to explain that to Silk. He just
Champions is built for fighting.
It's a role-playing game, like all others.
You know me. I like the role play.
Well, I think
I've been in games where fighting was the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
I got a question. When's the next one?
Yeah, so I'm working up a next thing, and everybody wants. I will probably be next Wednesday. I'll schedule a thing out there, and I do have a little teaser. So give me just a second to get everything back and get that back too, and I will show you all where we will be playing next time. So this is where the scene starts next time. Let me put some lights.
It looks like our prison facility in the alternate dimension.
No. Let me turn this on daylight.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody want to come over here? You can see. This is where we'll start off our next session. And we've got some things coming. This is in Chinatown, Millennium City's Chinatown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, closer
nice.
inspection, yes.
Apartment building.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up.
Cool.
But it'll have spots for 6 players and 2 support. So anybody's interested, they'll have a bigger group.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it will still be on
Coolios.
Wednesdays. I may not play next Wednesday, but I'll figure out my schedule and we'll do it. It'll still be Wednesdays though.
Cool.
All right,
Wednesdays is good.
Very much for running the game.
Thank you.
Thanks all. Talk to y'all later.
We can't
Y'all
thank
have
you
it.
enough, honestly.
Yeah,
No, I'm glad
totally.
we get to play.